So first of all, gosh, 8 years ago, we figured out, dropped off Cole Kregel here at Venice High. He was in the Sarasota Middle District, so he came to this school not knowing anybody. Luckily, Dalton Guthrie had lunch with him that day, that first day, and he was scary skinny. He was a freshman on campus, and you know, he's 6'9", 235 now, but I think he was like, what, 6'8" or 7" when we dropped him off, and 135 pounds, you know. So he got teased a lot for being incredibly thin, and I'm sure that had a huge amount of his motivation on him, because he just kept growing and growing. There was a year he had to take off baseball, and he played basketball here because his growth plates weren't finished developing, because he was just growing so much. I think when we took him to Schofield, and his elbow hurt, and we thought something, of course, was wrong. You know, oh my God, your elbow is hurt, and it was actually his growth plates, because he said, I can't believe this, but he's 6'6" now, and his growth plates are hurting, so he's going to grow a couple more inches. So when you grow that much, you need a lot of food. I mean, he is home with us now. He graduated Virginia Tech. He used all 4 years of his baseball scholarship. Thank you very much. Coach Faulkner wanted to compensate me for this, and there is no way I could take a penny for what this program gave Cole and our family. So I want to talk about that too. So we all believe in luck, right? Luck, like we get lucky every now and then. But I've been taught that preparation meets opportunity is really what luck is. You know, when you get on that baseball field your senior year, it's going to really matter everything you've done. And if you've been raised in Florida, you know, you kind of start playing baseball when you're in your diapers. You know, you're out at the field already throwing the ball and looking at the field. And Cole had a great big struggle here, because being 6'9", the basketball coach constantly called him in his office and wanted him to play basketball. But his heart and soul was really in the pitching and being on the baseball team. He didn't have the same passion as that in basketball. Of course, my husband is from Kentucky and would have probably preferred that Cole play basketball. But your passion is your passion. What you really love to do is what you really love to do. And you have to have that preparation and that opportunity. And I want to talk a little bit about opportunity. You are with the best coach, I think, in the entire world, not just the nation, the entire world, because he cares about you guys. He's been asking me to come and do this talk for a long time, and he cares about you to have yoga. He cares about how you are going to take care of yourself, and that's a really top-notch coach. When Cole went off to Virginia Tech, he was so homesick. He wore his Venice clothes that whole first year. He missed this program. He missed his 12 coaches. He couldn't believe he only had 2 coaches. He couldn't believe that people didn't care about him like they did here. He was so homesick, and his best friend Peyton Holdsworth lost his sweatshirt that had the back-to-back, and he was devastated. That sweatshirt, when you guys won state back-to-back, meant the world to him. That's how important these 4 years are. And there were people like Cooper Hammond that would come back and say, it'll never be like this again. When you get to college, it'll never feel like this. So I want you guys to really enjoy it, because you're in this opportunity of such a class act program. When the scouts and coaches would all come and watch Cole, they couldn't believe the program. They couldn't believe the field. They couldn't believe the 12 coaches. They couldn't believe the uniforms. They couldn't believe the preparation. They couldn't believe it's not like this at college when you go to D1. I mean, it feels like it could be or should be, but it's not like this at all colleges. That's why I hope Coach Faulkner someday coaches out of college and takes this to the next level. So here, like, you've got this opportunity right now with him, and he may do that someday in the future. So take advantage of these 4 years with him. So moving on, I've got a baseball player right here, and I want to just cover this before we get into the nutrition. So I want you guys to tell me some adjectives. What do you think makes a star baseball player? You know, give me some words that you would describe up here.
Healthy.
Healthy? What's your name?
Zach.
Zach, okay,
Zach.
Zach. So you're healthy. Yeah. Healthy. All right, anybody else?
Strong.
Strong? Okay.
Balanced.
Athletic.
Athletic. And say your name.
Billy.
Billy. And who said strong?
Me. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Okay. These are some good names. Does anybody want to write. Are you a good writer? You good
Max is a
writer?
good writer.
Oh,
Okay.
Mac, boy, he's really good.
Yes, Max is
Pick a
good.
dry erase that works good, and I'll let you write. All right, go ahead. First name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Flexible.
Flexible.
Marty's specialty.
Yeah, I know, see, flexible.
You need a new like dry erase.
I need a new dry
Pen's not
erase.
working
They're
today.
not working.
You
There's one. There's
found
one.
one, found a
We're
good one. Okay. So who said flexible? Right, all right, moving on. Somebody else said one. Go.
Balanced.
Balanced. That's a new one. All right, so far he's strong, he's healthy, he's flexible, he's athletic, he's balanced. What else we got? A great baseball player. What do you think of when you say
Motivated.
motivated? What's your name?
Michael.
Michael. Yeah, say your name really loud and then what you think a baseball player is. Go for it.
Endurance.
Endurance, your name is?
Mason.
Mason?
That'd be
Endur-
stamina.
Okay. Endurance, stamina,
Mentally strong.
mentally strong. Anybody else? That's it? That's all? Would be the only things? Oh, come on, you guys can think about it. I know you've got one. Either one? No? All right, so let's break these down. I still need you. Is it a skill or is it an attitude? If it's a skill, you have to go to school and learn it, right? You gotta go to like math and learn math. You gotta go to English and learn English. So let's start with the very first one. Strong. Is strong a skill or is it an attitude? Can you learn to be strong or do you have to have an attitude to be strong? Because I've seen people that are 5 feet strong compared to somebody that's 400 pounds strong. So it's both. So you guys are gonna say, so let's put an S/A next to that. Healthy, is that a skill or an attitude? Attitude, so we agree, it's all an attitude. So we'll put an A by healthy. Yeah. Flexible, is that a skill or an attitude? Skill? Okay, so we'll put an S. Balanced, is that a skill or an attitude? Like when you wake up in the morning, if you want to have a balanced day, is that a skill or is that an attitude? Attitude. Okay, athletic, is that a skill or an attitude? Kids are good. Yeah. Motivated, is that a skill or an attitude? Attitude, we got it. Stamina, is that a skill or an attitude?
Oh, yeah, well.
I don't know, I just watched American Ninja and the guy that won had food poisoning and he was just like throwing up and in the hospital. And he won and he had great stamina. I kind of think that's an attitude. I think you can have like 102 fever and still play a good game, but you have to have that attitude, right? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna put SA next to that. Good, I'm glad you're making the space better. Mentally strong, is that a skill or an attitude? Okay, so what have we kind of learned from this? What is it more? Is it more skill or more attitude? Attitude. And how do we get a good attitude? I mean, I know that I have this like, these thoughts. We're born perfect. We smile, we breathe, we're happy, and then all of a sudden all these people start teaching us, oh my God, there's a hurricane out there. Oh my God, you better worry. Or oh no, that team we're gonna play is really incredibly hard. And so you start to get these thoughts. Are those thoughts who you are?
No.
Right. So what do? You step back from those thoughts. And you try not to think those thoughts, you know, so you can have an attitude. So all day long you kind of have to fight the negative attitudes, you know, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's really important that we don't live in the past. We don't always go, God, I would. My oldest son used to always say, I wish I had more home runs on that little league field. You know, we drive by Twin Lakes and he'd go, gosh, I wish I woulda hit more home runs on that little, but it's over. You live in the past, you get depressed, so live in the present moment. Like right now today, you're in Craig Faulkner's class. You're learning about how to get prepared for an opportunity so you have good luck your senior year. And you want to also try to have a good attitude. And in order to have a good attitude, you have to think good thoughts, right? Do we agree with that? And if we think good thoughts, who do we have to hang around?
Good people.
Yeah, like you are what you attract. So if you get a downer Debbie girlfriend, you know, who's really negative and hates you playing baseball, is that going to help?
No.
Yeah, if you get a family member that thinks you're always going to get hurt playing baseball, is that going to help? Right. You want to be surrounded with positivity. So what are some good things when you're around people always negative on you? He's smiling like he knows what I said. I could you look like you could definitely understand this. Yeah. You got this. So what's something you can do when you're around a negative person so you have a good attitude? What are some things you can do before we get into nutrition? Go.
Notice that they're negative and not be negative.
Yeah,
Be aware.
yeah. I call it people are nice, move close. People are not nice, move away. You know? You don't have to hang around people that aren't nice to you. You can just back up and you can say, sorry, that's not going to work for me. Hang around the winners in life. You know, this program is full of winners. All the coaches are winners. All the coaches' families are winners. All the friends you have are, hang around people that are going to bring you up in life and give you that good attitude so you can be that baseball player or that person that you want to be. You know, you're here to thrive this life. You're here to be amazing. Don't let anybody have you live small. You know, don't let anybody make you not be as amazing as you are, because each kid in this room is amazing. You have been given the loaded deck in life. From what I see, all of you are handsome, all of you are athletic, all of you are bright, all of you are kind, all of you are nice. You have the loaded deck. God doesn't want you to waste the loaded deck. He really doesn't. I don't see one person in here that isn't amazing. I mean, you guys could actually all be in a Mr. Florida contest, you know? And it'd be really hard to pick a winner. Yeah. So you are the loaded deck. And don't let anybody forget that they're not the loaded deck. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody have you live small this life, no matter what you come up against, because you will. Your snow globe will get shook. And you will have injuries, you will have downtimes, you will get the flu and be out there on that field. You have got to know that you can get through it. You have got to keep a positive mental attitude. Okay? All right, so let's talk food. So I didn't do this presentation, Cole Kregel did, okay? He put it together for you, and so I just touch it and it
See what it does. Did you touch
here,
it?
I touched it.
See that little
Try slide it with your finger.
The bottom left corner. Press that.
Okay, so this is the lunchbox of an athlete. Water, 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 water. You need 4 fluid ounces of water every 30 minutes, and you probably need a little more than that because it's Florida, and you probably need a little more than that because you're outside. So make sure you have water with you. I have my water. See, look how cool my Turbo's tumbler is.
Attention all students. The Venice High School campus is now closed. If you are not under direct supervision by a staff member or coach, or involved in after-school activities of any kind, please exit the campus at this time.
Guys,
Have a great evening.
who told y'all to bring that water, to have water during the day? Huh? It was Burton, right? It's nice to see some of you are doing that. A lot of you are doing it.
Yeah,
It's
so
good.
you need 4 ounces every 30 minutes. If you have chapped lips, that means you needed water 2 weeks ago. So you need water for, have any of you ever experienced dehydration in here before? Yeah, stand up, everyone who's experienced, I want to know. Okay. Wow, would you look at that? So you guys, so tell me some things that happened when you, no, stay up. What happened? How did you feel?
I passed out.
You passed out. Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, I just went in the back of the bus.
Okay. All right. What else? Anybody else want to tell me how they felt?
Dizzy?
Felt dizzy?
I spit a lot.
You spit a lot or spit up?
No, spit. When my mouth, when I don't have water, like it gets dry.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Saliva automatically.
Guys, no side conversation,
You
please.
turned blue?
Well, my eyesight, like I can't really see that well.
Wow. Okay.
I had to fall over and crawl for water.
Fall over and crawl. All right. Do you guys know? Yeah.
I get ocular migraines.
You get ocular migraines.
Start sneezing.
Okay. All right. So does anybody know you can die? You can die when you're dehydrated? Like you can, do you know people, athletes have died? Yeah, all right, guys, you can sit down now. Wow. All right, we're in the right place at the right time, with the right situation. So, Tom Brady, I know we've heard a lot about him. He's like in his 40s now, right? Yeah, and he's an athlete, and he drinks like so much water. I don't even know how he just doesn't, live in a bathroom. But he drinks so much water to not. Now, you can also drink too much water, so I don't want you guys to think that you have to drink 17 of these every day, and now you're gonna go to the hospital because you drank too much water. So you need 4 ounces every 30 minutes. It's really that easy, you know? And once you get used to 4 ounces every 30 minutes, you kind of are always thirsty, and you know. And it's really good in the morning to wake up and get some water. You know, who drinks coffee in here? Does anybody drink coffee in the morning?
Sometimes.
Okay, so it's good. Coffee can be dehydrating, so it's good to drink some water before the coffee and some water after the coffee. Okay?
Take notes, guys.
Yeah, so
4
let's
ounces.
stay. So what are signs of dehydration? Chapped lips, dizzy. Yeah, go.
Yellow pig.
Yellow pee. That's really good. Your urine should look like 7-Up all the time. If your urine looks like Mountain Dew, you're dehydrated. You know? So you can tell a lot about what's going on with your body by looking in your toilet. All right, my maybe probably future daughter-in-law to my older son is passionate about gut health. And so she has taught me so much about what is in the toilet shows up with your health. Okay? And I won't go into any more details than the urine color. Okay, because I saw you getting a little dizzy there. All right, so moving on. Fruit. I love fruit. Do you guys love fruit? If we go to state, don't we start feeding the kids a lot of
Love
fruit?
fruit.
We bring out a golf cart of fruit. What is the cheapest thing to eat right now in Florida, and it's amazing, and you get a lot of water?
Watermelon.
Watermelon. 80 cents at Walmart. I said, wow, if I were home. Huh?
I said grape rehydration.
Yeah, watermelon. So, and Publix has BOGO. Sometimes you get one free. But 80 cents for a big watermelon at the Walmart grocery store. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So one thing I want you guys to do is go home and tell your mom and dad some of these things too, because I know they're the people buying you the food and helping you with the stuff. So it's important that you have that support. I one time did a talk for the Riverview track team, and there was a kid that he only could get food at 7-Eleven. His parents worked 3 jobs, were never home. And so if you're at 7-Eleven, you're really challenged if that's the only place that you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner to eat really healthy. So, you know, you need to talk about, you know, how to get some of this healthy food in your house, and you need some support with it, because you guys are in school all day, then you're at practice all night, and you need to know that you can get that food in your refrigerator to pack. Vegetables. Okay, so fruit, we've got watermelon. One of the great things, if you have gut issues, does anyone have stomach issues? So probiotics are good to lay down in the intestine, and to eat a slightly green banana in the morning on an empty stomach can help you with some gut health. I mean, not everybody likes a slightly, not totally green, but like a little bit on the green side. And do you know how cheap bananas are? Like, you can buy a huge amount of bananas and watermelon, and there's like a huge amount of great healthy fruit. I also like bananas because for you guys, it's going to give you a lot of potassium, and that means you won't bruise when you get, you know, fall down or get hit by a baseball. So it's good to have a bunch of bananas with you, okay? Is everybody on board with bananas? Okay, okay, good. Any other fruit you want to talk about? No, we got it. All right, vegetables. What's your favorite vegetable?
Carrots.
Carrots, that's good.
Corn.
Broccoli,
Corn.
spinach, good. Yeah, you guys are really ahead of the game. Cauliflower. Yeah, it's a good one. A lot of cauliflower pizza.
All right, good talking. Hey,
All right, so what is the healthiest of all those that I just named? Broccoli. Broccoli, like if you had to pick one vegetable to eat, broccoli is going to give you the most bang for your buck. 2 organic carrots a day can help you never get cancer. So I teach a cancer fitness class every Friday at 1:30, and I have people that have terminal cancer in this class, and they are the most divine, resilient angels that I've ever hung out with in my life. I say, what are you grateful for? They say that they woke up, that they get another day here, because they're terminal. Can you imagine? So I'm going to make sure everybody tries to eat 2 organic carrots a day. That can actually help you, hopefully, maybe never get cancer. That beta-carotene in it can really help, and also can help with the eyes. You know, it's really great to get that beta-carotene in your eyes. So if you guys can put down 2 organic carrots a day, that's going to help. Does everybody like carrots? Yeah.
Does it matter if they're blended up or anything, or you need to eat them?
No, yeah, you can blend them and throw them in your smoothie.
You like
Yeah.
the super long carrots or just like?
it's best to buy them right out of the ground without all that like water stuff on them, they're cheaper, and to just eat them. Don't be so afraid of the dirt on them, you know? You could wash them off a little, but you don't have to peel them all the way. You need some of that good bacteria. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, get the large, organic. At Costco, they sell these huge bags, huge. Big bags for like nothing, and they last like for a month. Yeah. All right. Carbohydrates. Oh, we gotta go back. I went
Guys,
too far.
don't make her talk over you.
I have a loud voice.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. Carbohydrates. Give me an example of carbohydrates.
Pasta.
Pasta. Bread. Yeah. Rice. Yeah, so don't do keto, don't do intermittent fasting, don't do no carbs right now. You guys need calories. You need 5,000 calories a day. Yeah, you need a lot of, I don't see one overweight person in here. So you guys need food, you need fuel. You know, you can't, you're like a car, and if you don't put gas in it, you're not gonna go very far. So you need those carbohydrates. If you don't eat enough calories, you're gonna have fatigue, weight loss. You're going to be impaired in your performance. You need those calories to increase everything, your performance. Erratic eating. If you skip breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's going to reduce the quality of your training sessions due to reduced muscle and liver glycogen storage. So you want your recovery good. You need that fuel in your system. Adequate calories and carbs is critical. It's going to maintain the quality of your training and also your recovery. So you guys need food. Like, you're growing and you're burning like unbelievable. If I put you guys on the InBody, so we have this $30,000 machine at work. I work at SMH, Sarasota Memorial Hospital's Health Fit Fitness Center on Clark Road, right across from the Dunkin' Donut. We have a $30,000 machine called the InBody. Coach Faulkner came, I put him on it, and it told me everything about Coach Faulkner. His weight, his body fat, how much muscle he has on every part of his body, where he needs to lose fat, how much he burns every day, everything from A to Z, if he's inflamed, if he's hydrated. So it's important to know how much you need. I bet all of you have a metabolism well over 1,500, you know. So that's, just imagine you're burning all the time. What happens when you guys don't eat enough? What happens? How do you feel? Huh? Fatigue? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Cole would get dizzy, faintish, nausea, like, you know, he doesn't have food with him. So you want to have the lunchbox of an athlete. You want to never leave the house without food. Like, you want to pretend that you're on a deserted island and you might be left there forever. Like, you need to be prepared to have food with you. What are some things we want in that lunchbox? We want the water. We want the bananas, the watermelon, the vegetables, the carrots, and the carbohydrates. So the bread, the pasta, baked potato, you know. Don't be afraid to eat a cold baked potato. Now moving on to protein. What are quick, easy sources of protein that we can get?
Protein bars.
Protein bars, smoothies, chicken breast cut up from the night before.
Doesn't broccoli have a lot of protein?
Yeah, and there's a lot of healthy, successful vegan athletes, but you've got to eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of nuts. You got to really stay up on all that for your muscle development. Is there anybody in here that's a vegan? Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Fats. Is anybody afraid of eating fat? Nobody's afraid of fats? You're afraid of fats?
Oh, getting fat.
No. You're afraid of getting fat? Yeah, okay. Well, that's a really good, honest thing to talk about. So as long as you have muscle and you're active, you're not going to get fat. You know, as long as you're an athlete and you stay. So what we worry about is most people that are overweight do what I call sumo wrestler eating. You know? Do you know what that is? A sumo wrestler doesn't eat all day. They don't eat breakfast, they don't eat lunch, they don't eat dinner, and then they sumo wrestle, have you seen them? They weigh like 400 pounds, but then they eat this huge meal at night that's about 5,000 calories so they can gain weight, okay? Does anybody in here eat like that? You don't eat all day and then you eat a whole big meal at 9 o'clock at night? Right, so that's the opposite. You want to eat the opposite of that. You want to wake up and eat breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, practice, a snack, dinner, a snack, and then you're the opposite of a sumo wrestler. Does anybody know people that don't eat all day and then they eat at night and they're overweight? Yeah, And it's crazy, because I train a lot of women, and they all swear they have no metabolism, and they don't eat all day. I put them on the InBody, they've got great metabolism, and I have to teach them to eat breakfast. What is breakfast? Break the fast. You've already been asleep all night, 8 to 10 hours, and you haven't had anything to eat. So you have to wake up and break that fast and get that metabolism cranking, okay? So what are some good fats? Good fats to eat? Lipids, right. What are good fats? What's one of the best? Well, peanut butter is good. Walnut butter is better, almond butter is better, but peanut butter is good because you guys are going to need it for calories. So what is another good? What's the best fat? An avocado. Does any of you guys do avocado toast? Or avocados on your salads? No? Yeah.
No. When you get the whole shot, you can edit it in 2 minutes. Yeah.
You're moving.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's in the shot unless she's like right next to you.
Okay. Got it. So don't move it too close over there. All right. Got it. All right. What's another good fat? Macadamia nuts, olive oil. Tell me some more good fats. You guys know these. Good fats. Not sugar. Sugar's not a good fat.
Whole milk.
Huh?
Whole milk.
Yeah, that's a good fat, especially for growing.
Whole milk.
So don't be afraid of the good, healthy fats. You know, olives, looking at your plate and having a good, healthy fat on there. So we're good with this. Butter on your toast, not margarine. You know, don't be afraid of healthy, good fats. Yeah, salmon has good fat in it. All right, next, hydration. So we talked about water's the easiest thing to do. Minimal a gallon a day. It's good for your metabolism, digestion, joints, and muscle growth. So having that water with you all the time. You know, having it with you on the way to school, during your classes. Are you guys allowed to have water in class?
Yes.
Okay, good. Is there any questions on hydration?
How much is too much?
How much is too much? That's a really good question. We could probably Google it. I know 4 ounces every 30 minutes is what you need, so I would say too much is going to be like, you know, there's a lot of runners that do running in the desert, and they can drink too much water and then actually go in the hospital for having drank too much water. So somebody Google that. Does anybody?
My aunt had water poisoning.
She
almost
did?
died, yeah.
So she drank too much water?
Drank too much water.
There you go. His aunt almost died of water poisoning. Was in the hospital. So what, was she motivated to try to drink a
I
lot of
think she
water?
was, I don't remember why she did it, but she had to go to the hospital, yeah, she was
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, go get water.
Oh my gosh.
Marty.
Talking about makes you thirsty. So don't drink too much, like everything in life. You know, like if people say the steam room's good and you go in it too long, you can, you know, get dizzy and dehydrated. So keep everything in moderation, especially with health and wellness, because people get really crazy with vitamins, and try to stay Goldilocks, I say. You know, stay mainstream with everything. Don't go too crazy on any end with anything. So let's talk about the fruits. Bananas, apples, oranges, grapes, watermelon, berries, pineapple, and cantaloupe. Pineapple's really good if you've got a sore throat and you're getting like the flu. It can be like a natural antibiotic to just eat some pineapple. So next time you guys have a sore throat, kind of feeling like you're getting a cold or cough, eat some pineapple. Apples are great for your heart. An apple a day keeps the doctor away is literally true. And so these are some things that you want to make sure are in your lunchbox. And we're in Florida, so the oranges are really good. We're so lucky that we have such an abundance of all this. And then we got vegetables. I think somebody really said they love spinach in the back, right? Yes, good. And it's affordable. At Costco, you can get a great big thing of organic spinach for $3. So between apples, watermelon, and spinach, you can really eat healthy. There's your carrots. Peppers, would you want to eat a red pepper or a green pepper? What do you think is healthier? Actually red. Yeah, because you're getting more beta carotene. Go for that darker color. A green pepper is kind of like not a ripe pepper. All right, onions, lots of onions. Onions are really good to not get cancer too. Saute the onions, put them on your salads. Don't worry about your breath because you're not worried about that right now, right? Not a big deal.
Ian,
mushrooms, broccoli, and celery. There's a big phase now called celery juice. Have you guys heard of that? Everyone's drinking celery juice by the quarts? Okay, so,
It's good. Good for you.
it's good for you. Celery juice is good for you. Carbohydrates, whole grain bread, cereal. So looking at the cereal box, always look at the sugar. Sugar will kill you, okay? Sugar is not good for you. So make sure when you have that cereal box, you look at how much sugar is on there, okay? And keep it low. I think Uncle Sam is like the healthiest, best, lowest sugar cereal to eat with the most fiber and flaxseed. You know, Uncle Sam's got like a red and white box, and it's really inexpensive. Healthiest cereal,
How
yes.
much is like too much? Like
Too
sugar?
much cereal?
No, too much like sugar in the cereal.
Oh, yeah, well, you look at like, I always get suspicious when it's more than 8 grams. I start going, uh-oh, you know?
Per serving.
Yeah, yeah. And there's so many foods that I want to eat, and then I look at that sugar and I put it back. Like, it's like even the bars. And it's always really discouraging when you buy these drinks, because it's 2 servings sometimes, or 2.5 servings. So look at the serving size too, and look at the sugar. The sugar is killing us. We are the most obese country in the world because of sugar. You know, we're getting those supersized Slurpees, and has anybody ever seen the movie Super Size Me on Netflix? Yeah, yeah. And so, watch these movies. Be aware of how unhealthy some of this stuff is that we're putting in our bodies. So, on these carbs, sweet potatoes is one of the best things you can eat. You know, does everybody like sweet potatoes? No. Woo. Who likes sweet potatoes? Raise your hand. All right, okay, we're good. You got carrot? All right, you can put some brown sugar on your sweet potato. Yeah. Maple syrup's really good. The minerals in maple syrup, so put maple syrup on things if you need it sweet. The real maple syrup, not the Aunt Jemima one. You know, the real one. Got it? Are we good? Moving on. Protein. So at our house, since Cole was in 9th grade, we started cooking a lot on Sunday for the week. We'd cook up a bunch of chicken breast up and hard boil a bunch of eggs and get some turkey breast already made and lean beef, fish, and we have protein shakes always going in our house. Even now today, there's protein shakes always going. You know, so we get protein powder and we put fruit, bananas, peanut butter. You know, it's like a smoothie king in our house. We've gone through probably 6 Vitamixers in the last 8 years. You know, we burn them up, so be careful. You know, because they, if you get them at Bed Bath & Beyond, though, they'll take them back. Okay, just save the receipt. Has anybody burned up a Vitamixer in here? Because you use them a lot, you burn them up. Don't pull them up while they're running, because that's how they,
Strip.
yeah, they strip. Once they strip, they're burned out. All right, any other questions? You have a question, or you're just stretching out there? Okay. Protein shakes, you know, you can buy a lot of them pre-made if you needed to. Does anybody ever buy a pre-made protein shake? Yeah, where do you buy yours? 7-Eleven, yeah, at least there's some good stuff at 7-Eleven now. Anybody else buy a protein shake anywhere? Yeah?
Publix.
Publix, yeah. You can buy, do you have a favorite brand that you like? No? Okay. All right, fats, here we go. Avocados, nuts, olive oil, peanut butter, fish oils, and cheese. So you've got all these different good fats. What's important good fats is they're good for your brain. They help your brain work. And we need that with neuroplasticity, the gray matter. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a neuroplasticity test on you at the end. So, yeah, so show you how important your brain is. All athletes do great when I do neuroplasticity because you guys are used to moving and listening and having to do everything all at once. All right, daily routine of success. Breakfast in the morning.
Write this down.
6 a.m. lift. This was from Cole, not from me. Protein in your carb intake after your lift. Go to class, have a good lunch. Go to class, have a post-school snack after class. Go to practice, have a good dinner. Do your homework. Go to bed, get enough sleep. You guys need 8 to 12 hours. You need your rest. That's why you can't be with Debbie Downers. You can't be on the phone till 3 in the morning. You've got to get your rest.
Playing games.
Wait? Okay. All right. 6 times a day. You're eating every 3 hours. You're distributing your calories even. You're consuming mixed meals and snacks. You're packing a cooler, a big lunch bag. Your meal timing is important. It's important for your performance, your energy, your mental attitude. Make sure you're eating something before you work out. Make sure you're eating something after you work out. Make sure you have enough calories and protein throughout the day. We ready? Got it? No? Okay. So I'm going to pass this around. These are all the vitamins and minerals in one apple. All right? So if you just eat one apple, that's all the vitamins and minerals.
I can't even pronounce this.
Yeah. Okay, this is a pound of fat. All right, so this is why it's important that our body fat is good, because we want to stay for women under 25%, for men under 20%, and I'm going to bet that most of you guys are under 15%. But this is a pound of fat. Like people always go, oh my God, I only lost a pound. It's a big deal to lose a pound. So you can pass that around. It's a pound of fat. Go ahead. Are we done now? You got it? Okay, sleep. We talked about that. 8 to 10 hours. Establish times to go to sleep. No sleep can affect your performance. You can also get injured easier by not having enough sleep. And limit your screen time before bed. I know it's so hard to stay off social media, but it can really do a number on your eyes, your brain, and it can affect your subconscious. It's really important that whatever you think about last before you go to sleep is going to have an impact on your attitude. So make sure you're putting really good stuff in your brain before you go to sleep at night, like positive things. You know, and sometimes when you're on your phone and you're looking at stories and stuff, it might not be the best thing to think about before you go to sleep if you see something really negative or tragic or not so positive. Okay? Do we need to write this down?
Yeah.
Write it down? Okay.
You don't have to write everyone down, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he owns this PowerPoint now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, go ahead. You guys got a plan? Come back and see me tomorrow, though, so I can give you your package.
Okay, thanks for coming, guys. All right, goals. This is the last slide. Last thing for us to go over. All right, so choose and maintain a positive attitude. You know, it's really important. I think Wayne Gretzky said before he would hit the puck, he would see it going in the goal and scoring. So that's your positive attitude. Visualize that. Like visualize yourself, you know, pitching or defending, seeing yourself hit the ball. You know, you've got to have that setup where you see it happen before it is. Maintain a high level of self-motivation. Set high and realistic goals. Coach Faulkner is here to set goals with you. He's here to help you and do whatever you need to do to get where you need to get. Deal effectively with your team, coaches, and family. You know, one of the things that Coach Faulkner asked me, I think Cole was a sophomore here, didn't you ask me, like, how can I coach Cole? Because you said he was a little bit of a mystery. So Cole's 6'9", and he's a gentle giant. He's a very sensitive soul. And so he doesn't do well when he has somebody coach him, really tell him that he's not good enough, or, you know, I know I've heard stories where coaches in college have actually put, you know, players in a locker. I've heard these terrible things that have been done, and where people have talked bad. So teaching people how to treat you. You can teach your coaches here how to coach you with your personality. You know, it's important to know that. And it was really cool Cole's senior year because you did coach him that way. And there were times you go out to the mound to pull him and he'd say, no, I got this. I remember him saying, you know, you got to that place where you could actually have really good conversations and know that. And he missed that because that's how you learn to be coached with your coaches. Use positive self-talk. Always say, I'm good enough, I'm well, I can handle this. Use mental imagery, manage stress and anxiety effectively, manage your emotions effectively. When your emotions get big, your brain can get small. We see this all the time with professional athletes. When you get upset, it's how you recover. You know, they actually say that it's hard when you have a super high IQ and you're an athlete because you can think about it too much. It's almost called, you have to not think and get in your head too much for sports. You have to just get out and do it, all right? Maintain concentration, succeed in the classroom. It's, you know, a lot of successful athletes also are good in the students in the classroom. Be trainable, coachable, and teachable. Learn to take criticism and feedback well. And then it's a we world, not a me world. You want to be part of a team. You know, at HealthFit, I always know when we're going to have an employee that's not going to work. We have this great big bin of towels that we have to fold for the members. And whenever we get somebody that says, I'm too good to fold towels, or I didn't get my master's to fold towels, or I don't fold towels, I know they're not going to make it because they're not a team player. They're not willing to fold a couple towels to be part of our organization. So it's always being willing to put at whatever it takes to be part of the team and care about everything. So let's just go over again what we can pack in our lunch. We need sports drinks, water, granola bars, energy, fruit, bananas, apples, grapes, snacks, crackers, pretzels. Those low-fat mini muffins are good, mini bagels, breadsticks, oatmeal raisin bars, fig bars, applesauce, baby carrots, string cheese, fruit yogurts, canned tuna, water, chicken. You don't want to skip meals, you know, because then it's going to affect us and our energy. And I think we got it. Do you guys have any questions?
Who's got a question?
Go for it.
Oh, what's your thought about creatine and other supplements?
Well, personally, I don't really like it, but I know a lot of people take it. So I know it gives you energy and it makes you feel better. And I just think supplements sometimes are expensive urine. You know, I think you can get a lot of what you need out of foods. And, you know, I, having spent thousands of dollars on supplements, say that because I sometimes don't think they give you what you think they give you. Yeah.
What are the best foods to gain weight?
Yeah, tell me about it. So Cole ate a ton of peanut butter, a ton of protein shakes. He got this weight gain protein drink that it's in a black and green, great big thing to gain weight. And that gave him 5,000 calories extra because if he wouldn't constantly be trying to gain weight, he would lose weight. So, you know, I would say the magic formula was the weight gain powder. Yeah, and it had healthy things in it. Yep.
What should you be eating and drinking after a workout?
Eating and drinking after work, you want to have some protein, that's for sure. And I think it's really cool to have an array of healthy stuff, like if you had some carrots and some nuts and maybe a protein drink and a bar and some water, you know, so you kind of hit everything that is ready to go. And you'll know, once you start to really pack your own lunch, you don't want to leave the house without your lunchbox and your water, okay? You don't want to go to the gym without your lunchbox and your water. All right.
If you're let's say you're lifting one day and you have a game soon, what would be the right amount of rest time in between lifting and your game?
You don't want to go on the field sore because then you're not going to be all you can be. And I mean, I got upset because at Virginia Tech, Cole would be lifting a lot and be super sore. I could even see him running out to the mound. His legs were sore. And I knew that he wasn't going to be able to pitch at this optimum capacity because he was so sore lifting so much weight, squatting, you know, and I didn't really understand why he was squatting so much to throw a ball. So again, I don't think you should be on the field when you're playing in a game, being sore, recovering from a workout. You know, you want to make sure that you're already not sore from that workout and you're at your optimum. You guys know with pitching, a fresh arm is a best arm. You know, and if you pitch the next day, your arm's not as fresh, and you can see that your arm's not throwing as well. It's very obvious that you don't want to be out there sore trying to play. Go.
So, during a game or a workout, what's the best to drink? Water, or should you get electrolytes from the
Probably some electrolytes, water down, Gatorade, combination of everything, some bananas, some peanut butter. You know, having some things in the dugout. Right? Are they allowed to eat a snack in the dugout? Yeah.
But not candy bars, right?
No candy bars, yeah. If you had to have a candy bar, Snickers probably the best, if you had to have one.
Can you overdrink Pedialyte?
Yeah, you can never drink everything. You can never drink coffee, you can never drink alcohol, you can never drink Pedialyte.
Yeah, I was just wondering if like
So
you could
who's drinking
overdrink it.
Pedialyte?
Like, well, I do during
You?
games sometimes.
Okay, so you stay hydrated?
Yeah. So is that fine to maybe drink it every 2 games or something? Because it's a big thing of it. I don't know how much.
So
I
you
should
have been dehydrated, like you
I
stood
have
up for that, so you're afraid of getting dehydrated ever again.
drink. I'm just trying to prevent it.
Yeah, that's really good. So just keeping up with watermelon, some maybe watered down Pedialyte. I think the more water you drink, the more confident you'll get, because you haven't been dehydrated in a while, right? Yeah, so you learn from that.
What about like coconut water?
Coconut water is great. Do you drink any coconut water?
Dehydration.
Yeah, that's good. All right.
What should you like eat before a workout?
Before a workout, it's tricky because you don't want to eat too much that you feel nauseous and bloated while you're like working out. So I think something easy to digest, like, because you guys are working out at 6 a.m., right?
Right.
Are you like a
Yeah.
Like a banana?
Yeah, so what are stuff you guys, a banana? What are other things? Toast, peanut butter toast?
What about an apple?
Some, if then digest okay. I know Cole eats eggs before he works out.
I don't know about that.
So Cole eat eggs before he goes to bed.
It's not that early in the morning, but it's later.
Yeah, so what you guys
Wait, listen up. Hey.
You are the expert of your body. You know what works. You really do. You know what's right. You know how to feed yourself. Don't minimize how much you know you. I've been hurt, the worst I've ever been hurt in yoga classes from listening to a teacher say I can do something I can't do. So it's really important that you be the expert of you. Okay, so we're going to stand up and do a really quick neuroplasticity exercise, and then you're done. All right? There's called the Dirty Dozen, what 12 things that you should try to get on you all the time. Dirty Dozen. All right, ready? Okay, we're going to march in place. Ready? Okay, listen. Neuroplasticity is the ability to listen, work out, retain, and say it back. So I went to the farmer's market. You don't have to repeat me, okay? I went to the farmer's market. I got 8 green Granny Smith apples. They came to $8.39. I took the apples home. I cleaned them, washed them with water, and dried them off with a purple paper towel, okay? I went to my refrigerator and I pulled out an organic pie crust that I got at Sprouts. Are you ready? No. Where did I go? Farmer's Market. How many apples did I get? 8. Spell green backwards. Awesome. Good job. What color was the paper towel? Purple. Great. Where did I get the pie crust? Awesome. A+. 100%. Yay. We're done.
All right, guys, sit back down.